In the days of vaudeville, Jimmy Durante and Eddie Cantor were singing and playing together in cafes. Eddie tried to encourage Jimmy to do more on the stage. He said, "Jimmy, I know you love playing the piano, but you can do so much more than that. You're really funny. People like you a lot. So why don't you get up on the floor and say something to the people? Make remarks while you're playing the piano." Jimmy Durante said, "Gosh, Eddie, I couldn't do that. People might laugh at me." And of course that was the whole point. People did laugh, and this great comedian continued making them laugh for the next 70 years. "I can't do that. People might laugh at me." How often are we afraid to do something because people might laugh at us? How often are we held down because we don't believe in ourselves? Belief is one of those tricky things in life. Doubt is another. It hurts when somebody doubts us. Maybe you succeed really well at something only to hear a friend say, "Gee, I didn't think you had it in you." Thanks a lot. Believe in me so that I can believe in myself. Thomas would not believe until he put his hand into the wounded hands of Christ. Did he see then how perfectly those wounds matched his own? Did he see that he too had the power to rise again and again during life, and in the end to rise to new life? Did he see himself in the Christ? Christ invites us to believe in him so that we can believe in ourselves. He holds up a mirror to us. When we look at the wounded Christ, we are looking at someone who could be wounded, who could fall, who could die, and who could rise. We are looking at ourselves. Believe in God who believes in you. Then you can believe in yourself. We all need encouragement to believe in ourselves. When I was about 11 years old, I went to my first Boy Scout summer camp. One of the activities was the mile swim. Now, I was always a good swimmer, but a mile seemed an awfully long distance for an 11-year-old. I was not one of those school athletes like some of my friends were. I knew they could make it with no problem, but I had real doubts about myself. Was I going to be able to swim a whole mile? The swimming instructor was a young man of about 16. Old for me at the time, but he encouraged me. "You can do it. I want you to go out and try. I believe in you." Those words were powerful to me. I believe in you. So I jumped into the lake and began. We swam lap after lap around a row of rowboats occupied by camp counselors serving as lifeguards, making sure none of us sank to the muddy bottom of the lake. One of these was my swimming instructor, the one who believed in me. Each time I passed him, he gave me a smile of encouragement. I came by one time and said, "I don't think I can make it." He said, "Oh, yes, you can. Make it one more lap." So I made one more lap, came around again and said, "I have cramps in my legs." He said, "Tread water and make another lap." I made another lap, and then another, and he kept encouraging me. I made that mile swim, all because someone believed in me. Do you know how important that is to a young person? To have someone believe in you? It doesn't matter if that young person is 11 or 111. We all need people who believe in us. Years later, I was able to give that back. Not to that wonderful counselor who had believed in me, but to another person. It was in the Amazon jungle. I was walking through a very poor village and came upon a teenage boy selling his art in front of the hut where he lived with his parents. More than anything else, he wanted to be an artist, a painter. I spoke with the boy and his parents and discovered that he was a very special person, an extraordinarily humble, sincere, pure, and innocent soul. His parents were just as good. I came to believe in this boy. He was so humble, but he had such a determination to become a great artist and felt that that was what God was calling him to be. I bought up every one of his paintings. He was flabbergasted and told me that this was the first time anyone had ever bought any of his art. And he immediately began to make some more. That was years ago, and he continued writing to me regularly, expressing how grateful he was that someone believed in him. Because of that, he went on with his art, enrolled in art school far away, and was able to pursue his career. When he had his first major exhibit, he said that it was I who had made him into an artist, because I showed that I believed in him. Believe in one another. Believe in God. Believe in yourself. Show me the wounds, says doubting Thomas. Show me the wounds, and I will believe. We are all wounded people. It is ourselves we see in the wounds of Christ. Show me the wounds, and I can believe in you. When looking for a spouse, or a friend, or a leader, don't look for a perfect person. Look for a wounded person. Show me the wounds, and I will believe in you. Despite your wounds, despite your brokenness, despite your imperfection. Or maybe precisely because of those wounds. Will people always live up to our expectations? Of course not. But every time I believe in you, I am giving you a new opportunity to grow more into the person you can be. We are, all of us, doubters, all wounded people. Show me your wounds, and I will believe in you with all my wounded, doubting human